BTS News Today. 4 days. There are only 4 days left before a long-awaited farewell will come to an end. For days before the sounds of longing held back for months, even years, will begin to turn into real hugs. For days before the digital screens that had been the link between distant hearts were finally replaced by the direct gaze, warm smile, and real voice of those for whom millions of hearts around the world had been waiting. The day came with a different wind. The sun was shining as usual, but there was something in the air. The news came not with a big bang, but with a tenderness that hit harder than 1,000 shouts. The words, "We're coming home soon," are not just a line of letters written in a post, but a burst of emotion that flows into every pore of fans who have been patiently waiting. The short sentence became the beginning of a sea of tears, a fluffy smile, and also a concern that slowly surfaced behind the euphoria because the painful breakup was nearing its end. All this time seems to be the enemy. Calendars that used to feel slow now actually run too fast. There is an inexplicable fear when the awaited day is really approaching. After going through various seasons, watching the changes from afar, and waiting with a sincere heart, now the promised meeting is only a matter of days. However, behind the overwhelming sense of happiness, there is also a neatly stored wound. Because this long journey is not only about waiting, but also about loss, change, and unstoppable growth. BTS, a group whose name no longer just represents music, but has transformed into a home for millions of souls around the world, will soon be complete again. After a long period of state duty, one by one they return to the arms of fans, awakening the hope that had fallen asleep. Jimin, who started his military journey first, is now counting down the days to freedom. J-Hope followed, and soon others will follow. The next 4 days are not just a timer, but a symbol of a journey that will reach its climax, a meeting point between constancy and hope. But this farewell is not about leaving forever. It's a more painful kind of breakup because we know the end is coming, but we can't help but keep quiet. BTS needs to change, and so does the world. And among those changes, fans found a new fear. What if things aren't going to be the same? What if they came back as a different, stronger, yet also more distant version? What if lost time can't be replaced? Fear doesn't come without a reason. During a vacuum, the world continues to rotate. The entertainment industry is fast-paced, new faces are emerging, and trends are changing. However, in the midst of all the changes, the BTS name has survived, like a lighthouse that remains lit in the middle of a storm. Their existence is not only because of the work, but because of the depth of love that exists between them and the army. A bond that is not formed overnight, but through a long journey full of wounds and happiness. The 4 days leading up to homecoming aren't just about the returnees, but it's also about those who wait in silence, love in silence, and hope unconditionally. Armies around the world have shown love in its purest form by enduring longing, keeping the spirit alive, and standing up when nothing is certain. They celebrated the members' birthdays even without being present, sent letters and support to the military headquarters, and still fought for BTS's name in every achievement. Love is never dim. It burns even more in the midst of absence. Now, when the phrase, "We're coming home soon," is finally heard, the feelings become mixed. There is overflowing happiness, there is an undeniable emotion, but there is also anxiety that pierces silently. Because going home also means that there will be a new chapter to begin. A chapter that may not be the same as before. A chapter that takes BTS in a bigger direction, but perhaps also further away from the past that has been so comfortable. This farewell is not about forever, but it's about ending one phase of life that has shaped so many things. BTS coming back is not the same BTS they left. They have grown, learned, and become stronger as human beings. Fans as well. They have gone through many storms, losses, and doubts. But what makes it all special is the fact that even though time goes on, the love persists. It even grew bigger. These 4 days will be filled with tears, repeated memories, and incessant prayers. Social media will become a place of pouring hearts, old songs will be replayed with meaning, and every photo and video of the past will become a bridge to the upcoming meeting. ARMY will wait with a pounding chest, impatient but also afraid, because love is too big often brings injury if you have to part, even if only for a moment. But BTS always knows how to get home. They always know how to make fans feel loved, seen, and appreciated. And maybe that's what makes this painful breakup something that can be dealt with anyway. Because BTS never really left. They are present in every lyric, in every hidden message, in every laugh and tear. They are the homes that never evict. 4 more days, one chapter will be closed, and a new chapter will open. BTS will be back, but their world may have changed. Maybe there will be more challenges, more expectations, and less time to share with each other. But if there's one thing that will never change, it's the love you've built over the years. Love that does not depend on physical presence, but on a sense of belonging. This farewell is part of the journey. It hurts, yes, but also full of meaning. Because it is from this separation that we learn that loving is not only about belonging, but also about giving space to grow. And when the time comes to meet again, everything will feel deeper, more real, and more worth fighting for. In the next 4 days, the world will witness a love that has survived through time. The world will see how a group born of small dreams can return with a brighter light. And the ARMY, as always, will remain there, waiting, welcoming, and loving, unconditionally. So, when they say we are coming home soon, believe that they are really coming home, not just to where they came from, but to the heart that has been waiting for them patiently. And although this separation is painful, it also becomes a bridge to a meeting that will be much more beautiful. 4 days to the end of this separation is precious time. Use it to remember, pray, and prepare for a new phase. Because BTS and ARMY will start the next round together, as they always do, as they will continue to do. Welcome back. We've been waiting. The world has missed. And this love will never leave. But in every vibration of feeling that enveloped these 4 remaining days, there was a depth of emotion that could not be expressed in words alone. There are moments of silence that suddenly make the chest feel tight, just because the shadow will be the first moment when they finally return complete. The world will stop for a moment. The seconds of the clock seem to slow down, and the whole room will be filled with sighs of relief and restrained sobs. We are not only welcoming them, but also welcoming back the version of ourselves that has been patient, faithful, and strong throughout this journey of separation. Imagine, in 4 days, the voice of the genie who was not heard will again fill the virtual and real spaces with his characteristic jokes. Imagine that J-Hope, with his radiating energy, would return to dance carefree on stage, illuminating every corner that had been dark in his absence. And one day, one by one, they will follow, bringing with them experiences that mature them during their military service, but still leave room for the same laughter, hugs, and love as before. No one can really prepare for the day when everything comes back. Even when we've counted the days, made a countdown calendar, and imagined every scenario in our heads, the actual moment is bound to feel different, more touching, more thrilling, more unexpected. Because it's not just about returning idols. It's about a family finally coming home.